So welcome everyone. We have another amazing interview. Michelle, welcome. So
Hi.
you sent me your before and afters. And I'm very impressed. I wanted to find out about your history of what happened that you started gaining weight when you're a little bit younger. Maybe you could tell me about that and tell me your story.
Okay. Well, I I would say that I always had a weight problem, but looking back at pictures, I think it was in my mind.
Right.
Um, and I really started noticing it in my college years. You know the famous freshman 30. Well, mine went up there. It could be because I'm from Louisiana and I was going to school in New Orleans, so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it could have been that. But what I did notice was over the years, I had all of the stuff that you explained, the high estrogen, the heavy, heavy cycles, fibroids, all of that stuff. And I always had to struggle with weight. I wasn't really a dieter because I just don't believe in it, but I would try to do what I thought was healthy eating, which in hindsight, it really wasn't. I had a lot of high stress jobs after college and grad school, and it kind of like inched up. So I was okay here. Then in my 30s, I guess, it doesn't matter. I'll tell my age. I don't have a problem with that. I just decided to, like by sheer force of will, go to the gym every day and get it controlled. And that was still a struggle. I changed careers. So now I'm a full-time author and consultant, and I sit all the time. And I will just tell this quick little story if you'll permit me.
Yeah.
It was December 31st, 2016, last year. And I had just come back from a cruise. And normally when I take my cruises, I can walk, I can do all the stuff. Dr. Berg, I was so sick. I slept like 2 days straight on the ship. It was a chore to walk from my side of the ship to where the food was. And I had the nerve to be upset about that. And it was just a different thing. I didn't even get off the ship to go to any of the ports and that kind of stuff. And I kept getting severe leg, thigh, and calf cramps. And by this time, my brain fog was so bad. I remember I would like get up to go and get something. And by the time I got to the next room, I would have totally, completely forgotten why I was in there.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it was really bad. So get back from the cruise and I get on the scale. And that was my breaking point, I think, because the scale said, are you ready for this? I'm only I say I'm 5'6", but I'm more like 5'5.5". And my scale said I was 249 pounds.
Wow. Wow. That was probably freaked you out right there.
Yeah, that's what I was just like, okay, I can't do this. And like I said, I write for a living. I write, novels. And so I sit a lot. What I realized was something had to change. And I was watching a YouTube video on doing some research for a book. It was December 31st. And this ad comes up. Are you having these symptoms? And I was like, yes. And I never really watch ads. And then it had the little pictures of the people's, little Play-Doh bodies. And it said, click here to take this evaluation. And I was like, am I getting punked? Because it was everything I was going through and no one had ever explained that to me. So I went through and all of that. And I'm going to just, you can edit this out if you want to, Dr. Berg, but I was a little hot with you. And the reason why was because it's kind of like you get your mouth, and I'm going to use a sweet here. You get your mouth all ready for that cake and you bite into it and there's nothing. And so I was so excited. I wanted more information. I tried to get on the membership website and it told me it was an error. And what I found out was like I said, this is a little embarrassing. I was trying to sign in on January 1st, and whatever program was running the membership had not updated to be able to reflect 2017.
Oh, wow.
So it kept telling me, you can't get in here. And I was like, ugh. So anyway, one of your staff persons just happened to come in on January 1st and saw, I guess, mine and a few others, and got us all settled. And I will tell you, I spent all day January 1st of this year, 2017, just Netflixing Dr. Berg. I had never heard of you before then, to be honest. And I just, when I say Netflixing, I'm talking about, I stopped writing. All I did was that. And I will tell you, I realized I had become a sugar addict. When I went back and looked, I had not eaten real food in about 3 days. It was so bad. I was sitting there with a can of sweetened condensed milk, just eating it out of the can. So, I mean, I'm just being open and honest.
Right.
Because,
hey.
I mean, I would go like to Walmart late at night, because I needed my fix, because I was writing books on pure sugar. And I would like have $50 worth of candy. And when I say candy, I liked the hard, crunchy, like cinnamons and, and that kind of stuff. Cause I was like, I was mainlining sugar basically.
Wow. So you definitely were.
That's how I got to that point. Thank you for letting me tell my story.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I remember actually my thing in college was the jumbo bag of Doritos. I would eat the whole thing. I'm serious, like one big pack, down it, just like that. And I always wondered when my fingers were swollen, like blown up like balloon, and I was retaining flour. I'm like, it's all the MSG. I was like addicted.
Yeah, you helped me get off of the Doritos, Funyuns, the Lay's chips, and all of that. And I'm just going to tell you now, I walk down the sugar aisle at Walmart now, and I just do it just to see, and I'm like, you ain't got nothing on me.
Wow, that's control.
Well, I don't know if it's control as much as it is reframing. And when I say reframing, my years of therapy, as a therapist, I'm, gestalting myself and making sure I use the I word. I did not realize how sick I was until I started getting healthy. I had tingling in my hands and feet. I had like we talked before, the heavy cycles, the brain fog, the muscle spasms, all of the stuff that is indicative of having, just being right at the point of having the issues. And I was winded all the time because I really was not moving. I was like, I'm in a self-mummification kind of thing here.
So was that when you were still writing too? Were you writing then as well?
Excuse me?
Were you writing at that point?
Yeah, see, that was the thing, because I'm a self-published romance author, and that cycle is very fast. So for me, I need to basically publish a novel each month. And so sitting 14 hours a day, writing on average anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 words, because when I say novel, I mean I'm writing 110,000 word novels and publishing each month. So it was just feed the machine to get it done. And I was on this rat race, and I could not. One other thing, when I would take my shower, and you know how hot water will raise your pressure, I had to be careful because I fell a few times, from just being so out of shape, having the hot water affecting my heart and everything. And I was like, I don't want to die in the shower and someone have to come find me and I'm this fat.
Oh my gosh. How did you, because you have to have creativity when you're right. You have to really, because with all that sugar, it would put someone literally in a brain fog on steroids. How did you do it?
Like I said, it was pure force of will. And when I had deadlines and there was such a big penalty if you don't make the deadlines, like, penalized and this kind of stuff, I would do what I could and then take a nap, do what I could. And then, that was another thing. My sleep quality was horrific. I could not get good sleep. I would try and I just could not get good sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I said, it was really, really bad. And I don't know if you can tell, I've got this mic in the way, but little things that I didn't take for granted, like neck, the stuff you can't fake.
Right.
Like the neck rolls. And see that, Dr. Berg? Gone. And I was like, ah! So now, now I'm like a cheerleader for all things keto, all things Dr. Berg, and I just tell everybody, like, this man, just go. He is doing a universal good.
Wow, that's awesome. So okay, you started watching the videos, you start becoming aware of what you need to do, realize you're a sugar junkie, and
no,
then
you can call it a sugar crack addict,
right,
because that's what it was.
And so then basically you started, and did you start with the keto first or the intermittent fasting? How did you do this?
Okay. So what I did was, first I started off and I got your supplements. I mean, when I say I got the supplements, I went full bore in and got the supplements and started with keto. And I have to thank you and Karen for the wonderful recipes. And so I had to relearn how to cook for myself and started with all those recipes. And, I had to go and figure out where to find some of this stuff, but I did. And I will say, January and February, I didn't really exercise. I just ate. And I did not stop the snacking. And when I say the snacking, it wasn't sugar or the bad stuff, but it was things like, okay, so for instance, January, I had to learn that you cannot eat a bag of extra gum. I don't believe the sugar-free. It's a lie, people. It's a lie. And I was like, okay, why is this not working? I mean, I lost 9 pounds that month, but I wanted the stuff like the other, big girls, the big fluffy girls like me. And I was like, I only lost 9 pounds. Well, I was eating 30 pieces of gum a day because I still needed that, that chew kind of thing. So I learned that. You helped me with that. February. See, can you tell I had themes for how I was doing it? So in February, I had to learn that Dr. Berg is not trying to be mean. Stop snacking. And so I went down to 3 meals. I lost 12 pounds in February. Now, mind you, I was still not walking. I was still not exercising, none of that. March, I had to go to a conference, and I was like, you know what? If I show up like this is not going to be cute. And so I started trying to walk, and I would get so winded. It was really bad, but I actually started saying, if I can just get a mile in, I'll be okay. So in March, I started walking. It wasn't until, and I'm going to just be honest with you, it wasn't until the end of April, so this is 4 months, the end of April, that I was able to even consider looking at intermittent fasting. So in May, so from January to April, I lost 28 pounds, which was phenomenal for me. And I started feeling better, but I was still doing the 3 meals and not really consistently doing daily movement. In May and June and now here, I actually started walking each day, and now I'm working up to what I call slogging and doing some little weights and stuff. And so as of today, I'm just under 60 pounds total loss since, since. And so for the women out there, you guys, I was killing a size 18 women's, and now I'm in a loose size 10.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so well done.
I do want to say that I think one of the breakthroughs for me was not about the goals. It wasn't about the objectives of trying to lose the weight. It was more so, you said in some of the videos that weight gain is indicative of illness or disease. And so I focus on that, and I was like, if there's weight here, it is because I'm unhealthy. And so that's, I think, the reason why I can walk down those sugar aisles and go to these conferences, and everybody around you is ordering cheesecake and just all the sugar. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And I've gone to two conferences this year and was still able to eat keto on my trips.
That's so fantastic. When they say an average person ate 145 pounds of sugar, and you probably fit that and more, but then.
No, I can tell you. I probably, because I started trying to calculate it and I got depressed because in a given day. Now I don't really. This is how you can trick your mind. I don't drink sugary drinks or sodas and stuff. Never really have. So I was telling myself I was okay. But when I could eat a bag of Twizzlers in a day, hot tamales and red hot candies and, the little cinnamon disc and the Werther's, caramels and all of that. I mean, I'm talking about bags.
Wow.
I was amazed I was still alive, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just blown away. Are you finding now, how many meals are you doing now?
I'm one.
Wow, that's amazing.
One meal a day. And you actually helped me understand that it was my metabolism, because all through my life, I would actually forget to eat. And so trying to do the 3 meals, I felt pressure to do it. And I felt like I'm doing this because someone said to do it. And so when I decided I was going to go to intermittent fasting in May, when I was feeling, I think, healthy enough, I tried the 2 meals. It was still too much. And because I wasn't hungry, and I was like, well, why am I eating if I'm not hungry? And so now what I do is, based on what I've learned from you in the membership and, making sure I have my supplements and stuff, I feel a little more empowered to do the 1 meal because I make sure that I have the necessary components. So in order to get, my 7 cups of vegetables, I always have a kale and spinach shake. So that's 3 of my cups there. And then I have the other 4 cups in a healthy salad. And my proteins, I'll do, you taught me a little bit about, the different types of proteins with the meats. I was never a real red meat person, but I was killing chicken. And so now I have learned to mix up chicken with other meats, even, breakfast chops and things like that I'll blacken and those types of things. And just really having a variety. My relationship with cauliflower has blossomed. And so just a lot of great things. And so what I try to do each day is make sure that I have a meal that's between 1,200 and 1,600 calories. And I do that by having cheese, nuts, my kale, spinach shake, a salad, and then a healthy fat. So like, if that means I'll have like a little bit of avocado or, a guacamole, a soup or something like that, just to supplement, then that's how I do it.
That's awesome. Now, right now you're continuing to write. How is your creativity now compared to before?
Okay, so last year I struggled through and I wrote 9 novels for the year. This is July, and I have already written 7. All of them sugar-free, and
Wow.
it's not a problem.
So your cognitive function is much better.
Of course, yes, definitely. I have actually had conversations with authors for just that fact, and the reason why is because with the way creativity works, bear patience with me on this. You find that, and I tell them, look, we are mortal beings pooping out immortality. There is a price to be paid for that birth. And a lot of times it will trigger anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and those types of things because you have to be creative on a dime and in time. And when you have that pressure, it can mount, and all of those hormones and all of that stuff going on inside, if you're sitting, you're not eating right, it's bad. And so we have bad habits as authors that I think this way of living, just in the nature of it, eradicates that. So that's another thing that I would say about the creative process. It is a hand-in-hand kind of thing because of the clarity that you get, because of the energy that you're able to sustain, because of the guiltlessness of, okay, one of the things that I would want to say is when I talk about guiltlessness, when we write, and we're forgetting to eat, you go to what? The quickest, the easiest. And traditionally, that is going to be something that's not very healthful, whether it be fast food or snacks or those types of things. And so now, because of eating ketogenically, and for me, intermittent fasting, if I, for quote unquote, forget to eat, I know what my meal is going to be. And I know that I am eating to really actually fuel the machine, to make sure I get my potassium in and my K and D2. Thank you for teaching me to make sure I take those, by the way, and all those other things. So yeah, I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome. So, there's a common thread, like your awareness is so high now, and now you have the knowledge of exactly what to do and how to get to where you really need to go. And now you've felt it, you've experienced it, you know it's true because you see it. And wow, what a story! Amazing.
It must be something about the eating, because now when people see me and they see my skin and all of that kind of stuff, they're like, "What are you doing?" And it just really opens it up. For whoever might see this, I am not young. I'm 48, and to be able to have all of the collagen, I mean, none of this is going on. It's no flabbiness. And Dr. Berg, I said this was the true test that it was working. I always, and I don't know if you can see this, maybe I'll step back. Okay, so, you can't fake the neck or arms and stuff. And for women, this is gone. You can, the little fat pocket.
Right.
And that's one of the weirdest things when you notice a fat pocket is gone and you're like.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the picture of your face before and after, and you could just see this, everything's coming down. It's dramatic. It's amazing.
I have people saying, you look so much younger. I mean, of course, I'm rocking my gray, and of course, this is my workout hair, Dr. Berg, but
right.
But it's something when other people can see the health, and that's what I wanted to say. I'm not concerned as much about them seeing, oh, you're losing weight. No, it's the health. It's the quality of the clarity in my eyes and my skin, and the vitality that's coming back. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm very grateful for. What did Bob Marley say in his deathbed? You can't buy life. You can't. And so for me, being preventative now is a blessing, and it's really a gift that is just keeps on giving. It's helping me be, able to produce and do what I do. And Yeah, it's really something. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I think just if anyone's watching this and they haven't watched some of the other videos, the principle she's talking about is get healthy to lose weight, not lose weight to get healthy. It's a simple thing, but it's an altered sequence that we've been brainwashed to say that, oh yeah, obesity is a health risk and you need to lose weight to get healthy. Well, oh really? You're going to starve yourself to get healthy? But if you get healthy the right way, fixing insulin resistance, that's the big thing, the weight will come off and you start feeling good and you get all the benefits. I mean, the benefits are huge, but until you do it, you don't really know it. So anyone watching, you just need to bite the bullet, jump in, do it, drink the Kool-Aid. No, not the Kool-Aid. Sugar-free Kool-Aid.
The salsa water.
Exactly.
So I wanted to just really thank you. I mean, words can't even express it. But I'm going to attempt to say that it's not even about the weight loss. Again, it is about the fact that I have been freed from a lot of the haunts of my family. Diabetes, heart conditions, high blood pressure, and those types of things. And I mean, flirting that closely with those symptoms was a wake-up call for me. And I mean, it's only been 6 months. I mean, I'm not where I totally want to be, but I am on a forward, consistent movement. And this is not a diet. This is sustainable for the rest of my life. I'm very healthful, and I don't have that. And when I say I don't have that, I didn't recognize how much of a burden in the back of my mind that was a worry that I would end up with those symptoms or those conditions. And now I don't have that concern.
Wow. Wow. So you're not in that fear, a constant fear. Am I going to get this, that whole thing? Because you know. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome. Michelle, thank you so much for the interview. This is going to give a lot of people hope, and I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful personality.
Oh, well, thank you. And so thank you so much for sharing your platform with me. I'm very humbled and just
my pleasure.
overwhelmed. Thanks.
Thanks. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye-bye.